here I answered questions 5, 6,
5 and 6 feel good, right?
yeah, and 7. So I was wondering if like if you could help us like spell how the name Ang would usually be spelled. I guess Appa isn't usually a Sherpa name, so
Yeah.
we can just spell the name Ang, how it would be spelled in Devanagari, and then how it would be spelled in the Tibetan script.
Okay, I can help you with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Alright, let me see.
okay.
Okay. And then, so my last question is regarding like the sort of Romanization of the names.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen like, for example, names like Nima,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's not, you know, originally an English name, people
Mhm.
will use the English letters to
Mhm.
just make the sound, you know, that
Mhm.
it's supposed to make. So some people will spell N-E-E-M-A,
Mhm.
some people will spell N-I-M-A.
Mhm.
And in the show, Aang or Ong spells his name with 2 A's.
Mhm.
So I was wondering if you've ever seen Ong spelled with 2 A's,
Mhm.
or if it's usually just 1 A. When people try to like spell it in English.
Yeah, so I think I can respond to that because
Okay.
I don't know how much additional information
Yeah.
like, in terms of the cultural, because
Mhm.
when you're spelling Ang in the Tibetan script,
Yeah.
everybody knows like there's a grammatical like way of spelling it, so
Yeah.
we know what it is. But when that's translated to English, it takes its own forms.
Yes.
So Dawa, for example, like people may just say Dawa with double A, for
Yeah.
example. So and then there's no way of actually saying which is correct and which is not
Yeah.
unless you're a very big linguistic person,
Mm.
right? So I think that really depends on how the writers or how like people who are taking up that word from a culture like shares with others, and then
Okay.
it kind of becomes mainstream, right?
Okay.
Because even within our own like even though like for example Karsong is one of my cousin's name, but that Karsong is like in English it's written the way it's written Carson, but it has a very significant way it is supposed to be written in the Tibetan or the Sherpa language.
Okay.
So it like the way people have translated things in English is really up to the person who's taken up the name from the culture.
Okay.
Yeah. So the double A in Ang is definitely to ensure that it doesn't have that association with Ang,
Mhm.
because Ang Ang is like it's a given. Like that's
Yeah.
how most of the Sherpa people have been using the name.
Yeah.
I haven't seen with double A.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.